Hello everyone, welcome back to Astronaut Chronicles. In today's lesson we are going to learn how Linux logging works and how the rsyslog service processes, filters and stores messages. Understanding Linux logging is critical for every Linux administrator because almost every troubleshooting task eventually leads to log analysis. How messages are turned into logs. Every second Linux generated messages from application, from services, from system daemons, and from Linux kernel. These messages follow a specific path before becoming log files. In the first step, application services and the kernel write messages in the special file, such as ls, dev, log, and dev key messages. Those are not normal files. They are communication endpoint used by processes to exchange information. In the step 2, rsyslog daemon, called rsyslogd, collect messages from those sockets and memory buffers based on rules defined in this file ls etc rsyslog.conf and other files which is located in this directory ls etc rsyslog.d. The messages are written to the appropriate log files. Typically, you can find in this directory var log directory. From here, let's understand what is socket. A socket is a special file used for communication between processes. To view sockets on Linux system, you can execute systemctl list sockets -all. Sockets allow application to send logging information efficiently to rsyslog. The main configuration file is etc rsyslog.conf file. Many distributions also use files which is located in this directory, rsyslogd directory, for additional configuration files. The configuration file, let's open our configuration file. Configuration file normally divided into 3 sections: modules, global directives, and rules. The module section controls how rsyslog receives messages. Let's see this example. Module load imuxsock. This module provides support for local system logging. It allows rsyslog to receive messages from local application through devlog. Devlog. We have module load equal imklog permit non-kernel facility on. This module provides kernel logging support. Kernel messages generated by Linux are collected through this module. This one, module load imklog, when enabled, it provides periodic --mark message capabilities in the logs. This module, disabled by default. If enabled, rsyslog will listen for remote syslog messages using UDP port 500 for TCP syslog reception. Similarly, module load imTCP allows rsyslog to receive remote syslog messages using TCP protocol and port 514. Global directive section. Global directive define how rsyslog behaves and how logs files are created. Repeated message reduction is on. This setting reduces duplicate log messages. Instead of storing same messages repeatedly, rsyslog summarizes the duplicates. This helps reduce log file size. File ownership. File owner syslog, file group ADM. These directives defines the owner and group assigned to newly created logs. File permission, file creation mode. New log files receive permission, this permission. This is read, write, and read. Let's write it here. Read, write, read, Owner can read and write, group can read, and others have no access. Directory permission. This is directory permission. New directories receive read write x. Let's write here. Read write x, read x, and read x permission. This is umask. Controls the default permission mask applied when files and directories are created. Drop to user syslog. Priv drop to group syslog. After startup, rsyslog runs under the syslog account instead of root for security purposes. Work directory. Work directory var spool rsyslog. This directory stores spool files and state information used internally by rsyslog. Include additional configuration. This directive loads the configuration files located inside this directory. This allows administrators to organize configuration into multiple sessions. Let's close this file. No. Every log message is assigned by facility. A facility identifies which subsystem generated the message. Common facilities include kernel messages, user level processes, mail system messages, daemon system daemons, authentication, cron scheduled jobs, FTP daemons, local 0 to local 7. Custom application. Facilities help rsyslog classify messages. Each message also receives severity called a priority. So available priorities are emerge. This means system unusable, alert, immediate action required, critical condition, error condition, warning condition, notice, significant but normal, informational messages, and debugging information. The lower the number, the more severe the event. Let's understand rules. Rules tells rsyslog what to do with messages. The rule format is facility, priority, and action. Let's open this file. So you see here rule where this is facility and this is priority and this is action. Let's understand. All messages from the out and out priv facilities, regardless priority, this is priority, are written in this file. Second rule, this rule. All facilities, all priorities, except authentication messages, except these messages, are written to this file. The minus sign before the file path reduces excessive disk writes. This one. This rule means messages from the mail facility with all priority should written in this file, here. Kernel messages should written here. Daemon messages, but this rule is closed. You can open it by deleting this sign in this way. All messages from the mail facility with error priority or higher are written to this file var log mail error. Hopefully rules are understandable for you. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow SRA Chronicles. See you in the next one.